So, hello everybody. We are here together again with Mr. Claude Schumacher, Fauna Marine's CEO. I know you are loving these interviews. We have been learning a lot, and so we want to talk about some new, maybe a little bit more advanced topics. So thank you for being with us again, Mr. Claude. And
a pleasure.
First of all, we would like to talk a little bit about Fauna Marine's biotopes. A lot of people have been asking us what are maybe the philosophies of each biotope. We know Fauna Marine has 4 types of major biotopes. We know someday you make a 5th type, a Brazilian biotope.
Yeah, but would be an idea.
Yeah, but
with local colors, why not? Yeah.
So can we go a little bit of the main characteristics, main parameters of each biotope? Maybe, well, which I know we have offshore, Bali, ready to reef, and US style.
Yes.
The way you prefer to introduce each one, which one would you like to talk first about?
Yeah, let us talk about let me say that the 2 full nature ones, or the sense about it. And the sense is really simple. The major mistake in seawater reef keeping and the seawater, what we do one absolute major mistake, and this is that we thought that sea and reef are all the same. It is the same different like we have in freshwater or in terroristics, even that you cannot say that Brazil is the Amazonas area. It's a completely difference between Pantanal, between Amazonas, between Rio Negro, Rio Solimões, and all that kinds. It's completely different animals, different type, and every freshwater type aquarium guys or the terroristic guys trying to bring the biotope or the habitat at home. Completely different from desert to there. And we have the same in the reefs and much more. And till today, we put all together, even stuff which will never grow together in a reef. Even when I have a reef, we can have an outside, we can have an inside reef, we can have reefs near a river, we can have reefs which are completely outside, and some corals you will never find in the inside, or near the coast you will find them outside because they love extremely low nutrients and no particles. And inside reefs or near the coast, you will not have this. There you have usually, let me say, more LPS or more such corals or soft corals. One good example, let me say, a golden torch, which is the high-end corals actually. And golden torches you will not find in the outer reef in Fiji. They're not there. So they're growing in areas which are muddy. The water is, you can see nothing. And when you find them in the reef, they're brown. So they only get the color then later when we have it in the reef, when we have them in our tanks. And the sense behind this to give recipes or to give a way to make it more easy to decide which type of habitat and biotope I want. So we go first, let me say, offshore, which is the typical Fiji, Indonesian reef, Australian reef, which, let me say, a few kilometers outside, high waves, clear water, low nutrients, full light.
That's
the Bali reef.
Acropora style.
Yeah, this type of corals growing there. So it must be clear that these are samples and not pure habitats, because we are not able to do a habitat like a Fiji. We have to keep 32, 34 degrees with a lot of food in the water, but low nutrients. But it's time to say, and we say this long, but didn't make it on the website and say this long. Think about before what you want to keep, and it's more easy to work with some corals as others. The industry, the coral sellers, and all the others, they try always to sell. It's easy. Everything is easy. You can keep what you want. You can buy the most colorful, and this will make many reefers disappointing. So as many lost golden torches. So the most golden torches died. The most Scolymas died in the tanks, and not as they make a mistake in elements or in water or typing the wrong products. No, it's keep too hot, or it's the wrong partners nearby. So they have this type of corals cannot survive in this type of tanks. If you make an Ophelia garden, you can do that. But you cannot keep shortcakes, Tenuis, Acropora on the highest level together with them. It will not working. That's like Altum angelfishes from Rio Negro keeping together with East African fish. So this is a question of some minutes, and then Altums are dying. And that's the sense behind. Only showing a little bit where is the way to keep corals a little bit better. And the next step would be that we make a coral list. So we're creating actually a new website. It's called Coral ID. The sense behind is to show exactly which corals comes from where and in which way. And it's not only that we say from natural areas. We only say from the breeders and from the name of the coral. So which is, best example would be, which is the real Walt Disney Tenuis? How does it look like? What is the exact fact from which breeders they are available, and where in the nature is the nature type to keep? Yeah. Shortcakes from Australia are completely different to keep to Meliporas from Indonesia, and it can be a conflict if you put them two, and it's a very high level to keep them together. And this is the first step to bring a little bit small recipe, a small idea to use the products and how to create such tanks. Not the habitat in nature, because it must be clear that we are not able to copy the habitat. This is impossible, in my opinion. It's the way to go in this direction. Yes.